This will awaken you. You see, duality is an illusion, right? It's not an illusion because you think it's an illusion. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught that we're separate from these things. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't separate from these things, why can't you break it apart and use it yourself? You say like your body or whatever has iron too. Like if you don't have enough iron, they're gonna call it iron deficiency, right? Just like there's iron in what you call nature. You know what I'm saying? When you dig the mines, you see, you're not even separate when you're talking physically. So what makes you think you're separate from things consciously? You know what I'm saying? You can say fundamentally or on a quantum level. What makes you think you're separate from it on a quantum level? Because all these other things are just forms of consciousness itself. You know what I'm saying? Why you think you wouldn't be able to recognize it? Because itself is consciousness. You know, hearing, taste, touch are off as a way for you to like just identify and recognize things. Just you being a human being. But you got to go above that. You have to oversee that. Just do it. Stay still so you can just oversee that so you can see what it really is, see the bigger picture. And then you will soon realize that you're not separate. All these things are just forms of consciousness itself. Consciousness will expand itself, whether it's manly or automatic. It doesn't matter. It goes beyond. It's going to keep doing it because it's consciousness. You know what I'm saying? You can even look at the a DVD. You can look at the rainbow, the rays in it. You know what I'm saying? And it just keeps going and like expands. That's what consciousness is. You're literally seeing what consciousness is like. You're seeing like a. So yeah, guys, it's that simple, guys. Hello, guys. This should awaken you. Let me tell you why. You see, everything is in forms of pairs, but actually it's single too. You know what I'm saying? It takes one thing to create another thing, then it multiplies itself, right? And it relies and it relinquishes on that to make that, and it divides into millions. You know what I'm saying? You know, so everything comes from one, and it makes multiple. Like two, because everything times two, it multiplies itself. You know what I'm saying? So if you add one plus one, that equals two, right? Even another one plus one, that equals three. You know what I'm saying? But that equal to two plus one to equal that three. So that was like another pair, basically. You know what I'm saying? So everything added itself makes a pair and it keeps going. That's the same with consciousness. It keeps on transcending and expanding. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it's a slower or fast, it just keeps expanding. You know what I'm saying? Even if you look at it at a molecular level, you see the cell splitting. You know what I'm saying? Everything is one. It looks separate because they're forms. But you can actually see on a chemical scale they're interacting with each other because they're one. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to be. You just got to be one with anything that you will see, whether if it's taste, touch, or sense. You just got to be there with it, and that'll be your gateway to your divinity. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple, guys. Really simple. Consciousness will expand whether it's manually or automatic. It doesn't matter because it transcends both. You know, both extremes of the spectrum because it's consciousness, guys. And that's what you got to do is be, and you will transcend. That's simple. This will awaken you. Let me say how this will awaken you. Because it's consciousness. Consciousness always starts as itself, then it always multiplies. You can look at the double slit experiment where they got light and it'll always go to two split waves. You know what I'm saying? You could even put one single light in a room, right? You notice how it goes all over the place? Because that itself is consciousness. That is your soul. Your soul is just pure light. You can't see the light because it's too bright. You know what I'm saying? You know how you see light? Um, you know how you put something so bright you can't really see it? You know what I'm saying? You know how your phone is like too bright and you can't really see it like you're outside? That is what your soul is. It's just pure light. It's excessive. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's just pure light. You know what I'm saying? You can even feel that pure light in the darkness if you're like, Just that in that space, you know, that's what it is. If you feel like that light, right? You know, you put light outside. There's already light outside, so you can't really see it because it goes past that. You know how like if you put a lamp outside, you're not gonna see it shine because there's just already light interfering. You know what I'm saying? Because it's light. Light only transforms. That's what you are. And all you got to do is be in that conscious being. You know what I'm saying? Do not get like swerved off by these forms around you. These are all forms of consciousness itself. Because if you flash light on it or consciousness, you can awaken. That's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this will awaken you. Let me say how this will awaken you. You're the great light, the great vastness. You know what I'm saying? Even if you feel dark, you notice how there's always a light in the end of the tunnel. Everything is always light, and then you start to feel great. You know what I'm saying? You start to feel these feelings of despair. It will just go away shortly, and you just feel like light and just bliss because everything is light. You know what I'm saying? Negative and all this other stuff is just a replica. You know what I'm saying? It's just a foreshadow. That's all it is. Duality is just a foreshadow of the great beyond, the great light. Yeah, we have like light and dark in this earth, but I'm talking about the great light. You know, because you know how if it's negative, something happens, there's always a positive that always comes. Even if it's a little negative, you notice how it's mostly like the positive current. It helps because it's the great light. You know what I'm saying? You know how you walk in a brightly lit room, you're just minding your business, and the room is just lit, and you're just like so conscious, aware, and it's like everything's so light. That is what you are inside of you. If you just be that lightness by being that being, because light is just being, right? If you just do that, you literally flare up like light and become light. Because that is what you are, and that's what your consciousness is. It's the great light. You know what I'm saying? The negative part is just a foreshadow of that. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's just a reflection. You know? I'm not saying bad doesn't exist. It does in human terms, but yeah. Hello, guys. What's up? Um, this will awaken you. You say how? You see, consciousness is transcendental. All you do is to be. That's all you got to do is just be, and it will just transcend. Just look at a light. A light is just being light, and it just goes vast. Even though it feels like it has no volume, it's bright. It's able to shine the entire room because it's being. That's what consciousness is. All you just got to be there and just increase your consciousness, just little by little, and you will literally be just like light. Feel light with no volume, but you'll be vast. It's like a paradox, but it can be proven. You know, when you feel light, you can't really like feel it, but you can see how vast it is. It can like the whole room, even though it feels like it has no volume to it. That's essentially what your consciousness is. So if you do that and be whatever you're doing, whatever feeling, taste, touching, consciously, that would be your gateway to your divinity. Trust me, happened to me, and I made a shift. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do, and that could literally be the possibility breakthrough for you, for the real you, your soul, that consciousness that you was looking for. Whole time it was there. All you had to do was just be, and you just became just like light. It's that simple, guys. It's really